They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Because she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Because she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
Hopefully you can hear me now. Hopefully that is sorted. Right. Let me now try and see why my chat isn't working. Nope, it's really not. What on earth is happening tonight? I've just done a stream from here on to the channel. No. Can you hear me now, Patricia? Can everybody hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. Sorry everybody, bear with me. It's telling me I'm not even logged in. Oh my gosh. Can somebody let me know if you can hear me now, please? Hopefully you should be able to hear me. You can hear me now. Okay, thank you. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I've apparently got no chat. Why is that? Anyway, good evening, everybody. Hopefully you are looking at the things we've got around the screen. Yay! Okay, I'm on. I've got the chat. God, Lord, I don't know what the hell is happening today. It's been a day. It has been a day, I am telling you. Sarah, I'm on. I can see your messages and everything. Right. Do I have slow mode on? Probably not. The way things are going today already. 7 minutes in, you can only now just begin to hear me. How utterly ridiculous is this? Right, there we go. Well done, Lisa. Although, to be fair, that is not my fault at all. But there we go. Hi, hopefully everybody can hear me. It should have just come up in the chat that slow mode and... no, it didn't, did it? Because I'm not on the right one, am I? Nope. I just set that for next week. I was doing so well, you know, as well. I was all set to go today. I've had everything set up. I've got the light. I had the lighting sorted, the cameras sorted. I've gone through all of those details today to make sure everything was as professional as possible. Changed the lighting setup a little bit. I've got a brand new camera I've just bought, which is cost me more money than I want to spend on a hobby, but Rufus says it's a good idea, so you know it's a good idea. So I've done all these things today, got everything sorted, and then the blooming sound wouldn't work, but hopefully, fingers crossed, look, I can do. Let me just show you what I have been doing and working, and this is going to make look. This is a very small geeky thing, right? But to me, it's really cool. Are you ready? Look. Hi. Do you notice in this camera, I'm in a different position? It's more zoomed in and closer than it was on the other one. And if I press that again, we go back to this one. Isn't that cool? Isn't that very, very cool? I know, right? It's such a small geeky thing, but it's really, really, really made me incredibly happy to be able to have got that sorted. Also, I am going to put it out there. You can see at the top just here, all are welcome here. That is a trans flag. Next to it, we have a non-binary flag. Next to that, we have a bisexual flag. Next to that, we have the Progress Pride flag for all people of all genders and sexualities. And the last flag there, Patricia, my darling, this is the straight, cis, straight ally flag. So this would be for Patricia and certainly for many others on the channel as well, but this is for somebody who is a straight woman, who identifies as a woman, who or man, who is an ally to the community. And then of course in just below that one we've got the Black Lives Matter resist flag, or symbol. They are there for a very, very, very good reason, because the world is becoming increasingly hostile to anybody who isn't white or male, basically, and cisgender and heterosexual. If you aren't in those categories, the world is getting very dangerous for some of us and very, very hostile. So it is now a point of pride. We've always been a very open channel. I've talked very openly from day one about my own trans history and about being a trans woman. And now it is front and center on every single stream. And yeah, that is incredibly important to me. And I am very pleased to be able to have that on there. So good evening, Neil. You like those flags symbolize some of the mods? You didn't know there was an ally flag? Yes, there is. There is an ally flag. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Yep, there's a flag for you, my darling Patricia. That's why it's included. I've purposely tried to be as inclusive as possible. And as Neil said, I do like the fact that it features some of our mods. We have bisexual mods. We have... you've got to give me an apology. Sorry, I'm being distracted, Sarah. You've got to give an apology for all the times you said I was blurry. It wasn't me. It was an eroded cable from outside your house. So please forgive you. No problem at all, my darling. I do actually have a 4K camera that should be turning up today to basically take this little channel of ours up to the next level. And that again is why I am making very publicly the fact that this is a safe space. And it's become, I'm not going to talk about politics too much, in fact, at all really on the channel, because this is not the time or place for that. But when a sitting president basically declares that trans people no longer exist, that if I was to go to America, I would only ever be seen as a man, and would be denied any access to anything else, including my name and my identity. When that is happening at the highest level, it is appropriate for those of us that can to speak out. And I'm not going to be speaking out every single week, but I will be having that statement every single week. There's always been the Progress Pride flag in the logo. That has always been there ever since the previous designs. That has been something that I've been passionate about including, and now we've just gone that one extra step. So if that offends anybody, then tough. Please do unsubscribe and go on your merry way to another channel. We are a safe space for everybody here. As long as you respect all of the members of our community, we will respect you. And that's all I'm going to say. It's a safe space and all are welcome here, unless you're a dickhead. If you're a dickhead, then the mods will deal with you, especially that Patricia. I know, right? She looks like a lovely sweet old lady, but actually she's like a bulldog chewing a wasp. She is. But anyway, enough about all of that dreary real world politics kerfuffle. We want to get on with some lovely positivity. That's what we're looking for, isn't it? Some lovely positivity. And what we want to be able to do is to offer some tarot readings for people on the stream today. So then there are two ways of getting a tarot reading on this channel. What are those ways? Well, in fact, before I tell you that, I should tell you about our housekeeping rules. I know, right? All the rules. It's very, very complicated. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or any time in the future. Thank you. That was supposed to happen. Sorry, my fault. It was the down the road. Where is it? I know. I've done it. This here, the cushion was. Listen, the mic thing, right? The mic thing is because I've now got it on my buttons. I've moved all my buttons. I've had a complete move around. And so now I've got a button that fades that does the edit, and next to it is the mute button. So the plan is I press it with one fat finger and I get both little buttons, and it should fade across and mute me when a video plays and then unmute me. That is what should happen. Should happen. Except my finger wasn't so fat. I know, right? That's because I'm losing weight on that slimming world. That's what it is. My finger wasn't fat enough. But what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yes, the cushion. It's from Marvel. But this came from, it wasn't Marvel. I got it from, it wasn't Forbidden Planet. It was from, I can't remember. It was another geeky, nerdy, geeky website. But if you have a look, Lisa, you are checking. We're all paying attention. That's what it is. Yes. That is what. Thank you, Dormouse. I'm just keeping you all on your toes. That is entirely it. Yes, thank you very much. That is exactly what I'm doing. It isn't me messing up at all. But I've got mute buttons everywhere on my little doodad now. So hopefully, it wasn't Traveling Man. It was online. And it's got it's not Nerd List. It's not Geek Retreat because that's a thing. That's an actual physical place. I can't remember. It was an online Nerd Riot. I can't remember. You love the shud happen, but you love the shud happen. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Patricia. But anyway, we are going to do some tarot reading on the channel. I've got no idea how many people are watching. Oh, yes, I do. There are 10. Oh, that works. Yay, that's so cool. I've got a button that tells me. Oh, I know, right? I know. I am so overly geeky. So then I'm just going to show you. It should say at the bottom of the screen. Yes, it does. Look, to get a reading on this channel, you must be 18 years of age or over. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. This is not legal, financial, counseling or medical advice. You make all of your own decisions about your own life. Please be kind to the mods and each other in the chat. Safe space for all. And also, please do the YouTube things, the likey, subscribey, and the likey. I've turned into Paddy McGuinness. No likey, no light. That was a really bad accent, wasn't it? No likey, no lighty. Off to the island of Fernando's. Yeah. Ding your notification bell. That's all really important. I am on this OBS this week. I have been all over it. I still can't pull up messages quite yet. But we should have, if we get new subscribers, if we get super chats, and if we get new members coming in today, that will all be pinging up on screen about here. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully as well, I should actually get to know when that pops up, if that makes sense. So I've also got the camera positioned now so that when I press this one, the camera is now locked into this position. So this is I look at that. I'm saying that it got slightly knocked. There we go. So that is all good. Hopefully, no. There we go. Hopefully that is all to everybody's liking. There we go. It just needs to be slightly more even. There we go. I'm not going to fiddle with it because it will be annoying to absolutely everybody. But as you can see, we've got a different thing just down there. I know, right? It's very good. You hit like. Your notification kept turning on and off this afternoon. Really, Dormouse? That's really odd. That is really odd. I've got absolutely no idea what YouTube is doing. We have had a whole bunch of people unsubscribed for the second week in a row. And when I say a bunch, I'm talking a big chunk. But luckily, we've also had some people come in. We've had some new subscribers. So yeah, overall, it's kind of balancing out. I have a little bit behind the scenes. I have done my Witch Casket unboxing. I only filmed it yesterday. It was very late. I had a poorly weekend, but that should be coming up later today. The only other thing to mention is, of course, I've got Ursula just here now. I know, right? You can't see it, but just up there is the Snow White Witch, and now I've got Ursula, and I've got a little Agatha just there. So I'm, you know, honestly, Rufus, I'm not collecting witch dolls. You understand. Anyway, shall we have some tarot reading? I think it is about that time of day. So then, if you would like a tarot reading on this channel, how do you go about it? Well, there are two ways. The easiest way is to send your question as a super chat. That guarantees that it comes up next, and it guarantees that you get your reading. If, however, you don't want to do that, or you can't do that for whatever reason, no worries. We will open up a free round, and then anybody who wants to ask a question can do so by putting the name into their hat, by putting the question on the live chat, starting with the word question. And then one of those people that asks a question will be chosen at random. And then I read for that person, and then so on and so forth. We open another round. It's the luck of the draw. If you are lucky enough to get your name pulled out on that round, then indeed you will get the reading for that round. And we do that through until about 9 o'clock UK time. I'm going to try not to go over time today, just to let everybody know, because I'm very tired. I am very, very tired. Very, very tired. I haven't actually slept. But the thing you need to look out for, or listen out for, is this. When the air horn sounds, that means it is time for a round to open. So go ahead, pop your question into that there chat, starting with the word question, and we'll get to one of you straight after this. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Yes, indeed. Just ask one of our lovely, lovely mods. You didn't hear the air horn? Really? Is that not play? Can you not hear? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me turn that up. Nope, that's gone the wrong way. Let me turn. There you go. You can obviously hear that through there, but that should not be the way that it plays. Again, I am this week I'm spending 4 hours in the office training on OBS. That is something that I will be doing this week. So then, keeper of the questions, who have we got for this round? This round. Who have we got for this round? Keeper of the questions. In your thoughts, too much Hessian in the witch casket, though. I don't mind a bit of Hessian. I know, right? I don't mind a bit of Hessian, I've got to say. I really, really, really don't. Right, it looks like Eagle. General reading for the rest of the week, Eagle. Okie dokie, my darling. I've got your question. I have pinned it to the doodah. And we're going to go ahead and swap over the cameras. Like so. There we go. And I haven't pressed mute, so that's all good. Oh, I'm getting there slowly. It's an ongoing journey with me, all of this modern technology stuff. She says, trying to make out like I'm a bit of a Luddite. I'm not a Luddite at all. But it is an ongoing journey, and I am doing my best. I'm going to spend 4 hours this week just learning OBS, sat here in the office. So that's something I'm going to be doing. Neil, we need to schedule another podcast episode, because that's I know, right? We're already getting on towards the end of February. So then, Eagle, hopefully you're still here. Eagle, you haven't disappeared anywhere. You are the first reading for today. And as always, now I've given them a little basic shuffle, we are going to, I'll tell you what we should do. Let's bring me into it. There we go. Look, that's me in the corner. It even says it up there. How cool is that? Right, we're going to cleanse the space. I know, right? Small things please me. It's a good job seeing as my husband's only 5'8". Anyway, we're going to bring in the ever lovely Wispy. And Wispy, Eagle has a question. Eagle would like to know a general reading for the rest of the week, please. A general reading for the rest of this week from for Eagle. So then, here we go. I've got. Oh, you can't see my dragons either. I've laid them out. Oh no, look, because I'm there. Look, if I disappear, we've got a little pink dragon. We've got a little bronze dragon, and I've got my crystal dragons. I've got a new little aventurine dragon skull as well. I know, right? Let's have a look. Always remember, it's never the destination but the journey that counts. That is absolutely true. So then, here we go for Eagle. Let's see what the rest of the week is going to look like. Where you are. Ooh, the 9 of Swords. A bit of difficulty going on at the moment, Eagle. A little bit of a difficulty at the moment. What you need to know, the 7 of Swords. Difficult choices. You're going to have to let some things drop, my friend. And then we've got the Queen of Cups reversed as well. Hopefully these lights, shall I turn these lights down ever so slightly? They seem to be a little bit on the bright side. Is that a little bit better? Oh, that's a bit better. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Right then, Eagle. So let's have a look, my friend. Where you are now, we've got the 9 of Swords. This is the Nightmare card. As you can see, all of these swords are hanging over this person in their bed. It's not quite the Sword of Damocles. It's far more lots of troubling thoughts, troubling worries, concerns, not being able to sleep at night. And the fact that it's reversed means that I don't think this is necessarily of your own doing. If it is, it's the not pigeons. What is it they say? The birds have come home to roost. You know what I'm trying to say. It is all of that kind of, how can I put it? Because it's reversed, I think it is partly this is somehow of your own doing, like whatever the issues are that you are going through currently, you had a chance to nip some of them in the bud, but you didn't get to it. And now it's kind of like it's gone beyond a simple issue. Do you know what I mean? It's like things have now got a bit out of hand, and it's not just sleeplessness. It's not just 1 or 2 days where you're like, oh, I'm a bit worried about this. It's like now this is getting constant. This is lots and lots of sleepless nights, lots of waking up in cold sweats, really struggling to deal with whatever this issue is. And it just doesn't seem to be leaving. It seems to be something that is either lingering or something that is just not easily solvable somehow, because this 9, this is literally, it's a nightmare, right? Going through it is a nightmare. What you need to know, these are really tough decisions, right? The tough decisions. 7s for me are about choices, difficult choices. Swords is all about the hurdles, the challenges, and the obstacles in life. So this is basically saying, look, you are damned if you do and damned if you don't at the moment. Whatever decision you make, you're gonna piss somebody off. Whatever you do, it is not going to be, the most fantastic of results. So under those circumstances, I think you've just got to do what you feel is right. Okay, just do what you feel is right. If that means leaving some swords behind and maybe not dealing with them right now, or leaving them for another time, or just, to be honest with you, running away and leaving them be, whatever that is, if that is what you need to do to cope right now, then that is what you need to do. Do you know what I mean? Excuse me. Now, I'm not talking about long term. I'm not talking about, life has a way of coming back and biting us on the bum. Eventually, these things come back to us. And so this isn't a case of you can just walk away from whatever the situation is. It will need to be dealt with at some point. However, right now, if you need to kind of move beyond, then that's also okay. And then in the outcome we've got the Queen of Cups reversed. Now, Cups is your emotional suit, okay? And the Queen is normally a nurturing, caring individual. She's somebody who is high up in the ranking. She's one of the court cards, and she's a very important. The Queens are very important figures within the tarot. Now, the Queen of Cups here. Cups is the emotions, as I say, and so Cups is all about that kind of needing that nurturing. So this is all about needing the nurturing, needing that care, needing that attention. But unfortunately, because this is reversed, it's almost like the Queen is not able to offer that. A bit like Queen Elizabeth in the UK. I've been rewatching. For some reason, YouTube is giving me bits of The Crown on. Oh, OBS has apparently disconnected at the moment. So yeah, I hope, my darling, I hope that. Well, for a start, I hope I'm still streaming. I hope that helps. It keeps coming up saying that we've had some dropped frames, and apparently we've disconnected a couple of times. Now, I've got no idea why. So this is a little bit disconcerting, but I'm hoping that all is good from here on in. We haven't had this problem. Let me just... thinking about it, let me just close down the YouTubes. I'm still live, thank you. The whirly jig is on. And I am still streaming, thank you. It's a good job I didn't pick my nose or something worse, isn't it? I don't know what would be worse, but anyway, hopefully that helps, Eagle. It does feel that you are going to have difficulties getting the emotional support you need from that Queen energy around you right now. What I would say is that perhaps look elsewhere, right? If you need some emotional support, and I'm not talking, look, if it's your missus, you know, go and seek support in another person's arms. I'm not saying do that, but this might be a good time to speak to a therapist or a counselor, or this might be a good time to just, you know, ring a couple of mates and just go, I'm going through some shit right now, you know, can I offload? And yeah, I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. And yeah, do take care of yourself, my friend, and I hope that helps. Thank you ever so much for your question, and sorry if the stream was a bit awkward as we went through. As Patricia says there, look, take care, Eagle, and all the best for you. Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. According to my magic button here, we've only got 4 people on the stream right now. So I don't know what is actually happening, but we're just going to persevere. We're just going to mosey on through. And if I end up doing readings for myself as we go through, and doing readings for all the mods or whoever else is here, then so be it. We will just continue as we do. You're getting the ring of death now and then, but not totally going off. I wonder why. My internet connection is super strong. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Why is that telling me? I've got a thing here telling me that my VPN is on, but my VPN should not be on. I'm doing the buffer face. I don't know what the buffer face is. Hopefully it's something like that. Right, let me go into, I've forgotten what it's even called. La la la, talk amongst yourselves. This should not be. Hopefully, you've jinxed us, Sarah. That's what it is, my darling. You have completely and utterly put the wobbler on us. You've given us the evil eye. I need to. Shall I get? Hang on. I'll tell you what. Let me just unpin that message. You call it a whirly jig. That makes sense as well. Let me just. I'll tell you what. Let's get the smudge spray. give it a bit of a shake. I was just about to spray and I can hear Rufus coming in. Is that a coffee? Rufus? Is that a coffee? Oh, I've got a coffee, I've got a coffee, I've got a coffee. I was about to spray my smudge spray, so thank you ever so much. Yeah, thank you. Oh, you don't know how much I need that. So then I will, you keep needing to come in and out. Thought it was just you as the weather's wild tonight. Hopefully it should now stop, because I did have my VPN was on, but yeah, hopefully it should stop now. What a lovely husband. I know, right? He brings me coffees and everything. You call it a spinning snake. Shall we just name it the Ouroboros? Ouroboros. Yeah, the Ouroboros. I think that's probably a thing. Right, there we go. I have now smudged it with that one. I'm going to use my little wafter. Here we go. Let's wafty. I know, right? Wafting everywhere, wafting it all over everything. Oh, there we go. And I should have used my crow wing, shouldn't I? I should have used my crow's wing, but never mind. Is it good? Is it good? Nothing better than a hubby who brings coffee. I know, right? Well, there is a hubby who brings coffee and cake, but I'm not allowed the cake anymore, so just have to make do with a hubby who brings coffee. I know, isn't it lovely? It's not doing it now. Fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. Shall we have another round? I think we should have another round. So if you would like a tarot reading, bearing in mind we've only got 7 in the chat, so that is quite an ideal time to get your question in, because of course it does mean that the numbers game is in your favor. So if you would like to get a question in, when I sprayed, you got a smell in your room. Ah, there you are, you see. There you go. That is what it is, you see. It's magic. That does not surprise me in the slightest. So then do go ahead, pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question, and then one of them will get picked at random. Okay, so that is the key thing to remember. One of them is picked at random, and yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, that might be you. If it is you, fantastic. If it's not you, please do go ahead and of course select and copy your question for the next round. You've got about 30 seconds to get your questions in. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. Indeed, ask one of our mods. They are a lovely, amazing, wonderful group of people. So the keeper of the questions has said Nidhi. So hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Nidhi Routes. Nidhi, good evening, my darling. I hope you are doing okay. I'm just going to pin your question in the chat. I'm hoping by Sunday I will have worked out how to get messages on screen. That is my 4 hours in the office training this week. That is going to be the thing I am working on for this week. So then, let me go ahead and we will get going with your reading. So, as always, we're going to cleanse the space. And I'm going to bring in the always, always, always lovely Wispy. So Wispy is an air elemental dragon that I work with. If you want to know more about my dragons and what they are, do please have a little look-see in the live chat. There should be a link coming up any second now. Nope. it's decided not to work, but I will get that working. There will be a link to, there we go, a podcast episode all about the dragons, what they are, where they came from, and what they do, because there are more than one. So then, it's the right pronunciation. Oh, no problem at all, Nidhi. Let's see what we can get happening for you. Will you get a new flat in your budget? Let's have a look and see what the cards have to say. Let's go. Oops. Oh, we've had a card flip, and it is just the one card, isn't it? Yes, it is. It is the Six of Pentacles. For a second, I thought that was the Justice card, because they are holding the scales of justice here. Look, but that card that has jumped, we call it a clarifying or modifying card, basically. And what that does is it clarifies or modifies the other cards around it. So the cards that I'm about to pull now. So then, let's do your drop. So what does the Six of Pentacles, what does it signify? So what we've got, we have sixes for me are about community. Okay, it's about a group of people. So you can see here we've got this person, and they are handing out coins to this couple. Now they do look like a couple that are getting married or having some sort of ceremony. And oh, do excuse me. And so this does look like it is a celebration. This could be a wedding, perhaps. It is definitely something that is all about some sort of celebration, because you can see we've got stars and looks like fireworks possibly, and bright colors. It's not exactly a quiet card, is it? So this is giving us this idea of there being money, but perhaps you're having to ask from people around you. So it may well be you're asking if there's a new flat in your budget. You might need people around you to help with that. But let's see what your cards actually say. So then, where you are right now, we've got the world reversed. What you need to know, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. And in your outcome or your future, potential future, we've got the King of Wands. So then, let's have a look. I don't know what that noise is. Oh, okay. There's all sorts happening today. Can we not have any gooblies and goblins, please? Thank you very much. Don't make me get my big bell, because I will cleanse with the big bell. Anyway, so where you are right now, my darling, we've got the world. Now, if it was this way up, it would be incredibly positive. This way up, it's a little bit less so, but it's still overall a more positive than negative card. So the world is about stepping through, talking about Ouroboros earlier. This is talking, this is stepping through this portal. Okay, some people, sometimes this card is decorated. This is a laurel wreath, as you can see, but sometimes it is in fact the Ouroboros snake or the Ouroboros snake. Other times it is just like this depiction here, where it is a laurel wreath. But it's all about the world being at your fingertips. The world is yours right now. You can step through and get your winnings, basically. You step through this portal, your world changes for the better. It's the 22nd card of the Major Arcana. It's the last one. It's actually numbered 21, but that's a whole thing. But it's the last one of the Major Arcana cards. As so, it's possibly one of the most important, because it's saying that the journey has come to an end of where you are, and now you're going to step through and start a brand new journey. This is more so than the death card. This card for me is talking about things coming to their natural end and you moving forward, you stepping through into a completely new world. Now, it is reversed, so this is possibly saying that the world you're stepping into might not be to your expectations. Okay, it might not be quite what you are hoping for or what you are expecting. It's going to have a bit of a curveball. Okay, so you're looking for a flat within your budget. It may well be you have to share. It may well be that it's, you know, a flat above a takeaway that is, or a nightclub that's open all the time, or do you know what I mean? It's like it's a positive, but it's not all positive. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's going to be something here about the flat or about this new opportunity that you're kind of, it's the silver lining of the new flat will come with the clouds. Do you know what I mean? Normally we look at it the other way around. In what you need to know, money. It does more than make the world go around. Unfortunately, this is all about money. This is going to be at the high end of your budget, because this is the 10 of Pentacles. 10s for me, 9 is full, 10 overflows. So this is a lot of expense. Okay, this is why this is saying, look, it may well be that you have to rethink. It could be where the apartment is or the flat is. It could be, you know, location within the same city. It could be a different city. It could be a different, you know, part of the world altogether, in fact. But whatever it is, to get what you are looking for is going to be expensive. Your question is, will you get it within your budget? You might have to be at the top end of that budget. And as I say, this is where this 6 of Pentacles comes in. It's almost like you are going to need some support in some way, whether that is family or friends. I don't know whether that means, again, moving in with family or friends, because again, this twist, this little sting in the tail might not be ideal. But if you can save some money in the medium term to maybe, you know, later down the line put down a deposit, or, you know, something for somewhere bigger or better or whatever, that might be an option. But certainly at the moment it feels like it's going to be very financially draining, because we've got this 10. And then in the outcome, in the future opportunity, we've got the King of Wands. Wands is all about security. Now, I normally say, and the mods and all of the regular viewers and the subscribers and our members will have heard me say this so many times. I normally say that the King of Wands is all about security. Normally, self-esteem, self-confidence, all of that sense of security, your sense of self. But in this instance, that sense of security could well mean bricks and mortar. It's one of the things that rolls off my tongue. I've said it so many times. Oh, it means security, but not bricks and mortar. In this instance, with this particular card and with this particular question, it really could mean about your bricks and mortar security, your home, your house. Because as you can see, the King of Wands, I mean, I know that they are dressed a little bit like Queen Elizabeth. You know, some kings are dandies. This king is, if it was this way up, super confident, very secure in their place on that throne. When the king is reversed, there isn't that sense of belonging. There isn't that sense of stability. That if you think about somebody like Queen Elizabeth in the UK, where she was on that, well, in England, she was on that throne for forever, like 700 years or something. Queen Elizabeth II was on that throne, wasn't she? Like, I'm sure that she just after the birth of Jesus and the pharaohs and all of that, just before, or just after, sorry, the dinosaurs were wiped out, Queen Elizabeth was on the throne until it feels like yesterday. That sense of longevity, that sense of security, not shifting off that bloody throne, that is what the King of Wands would bring. That sense of security in self and solidity. When the king is reversed here, I think you are I think you are going to have to think very differently about your flat from here, right? It's almost like, I don't know whether you're hoping to buy. I don't think that's an option right now. This king, it could be there's a father figure who will deny you that sense of security, or more likely it's that you won't feel that sense of, you know, this is your throne, this is your kingdom, that you get from owning a property. And even as I was talking about here about shared flats and things like that, I think that is something you're going to have to put up with for a while, because this Six of Pentacles, it really does feel as if you're going to be flat sharing. It really does feel as if there's going to be roommates or flatmates that you are going to have to put up with and kind of deal with in a very different way in order to be able to have that sense of at least temporary security, if that makes sense. It doesn't feel as if there is going to be the option, with the way these 4 cards in fact have fallen, that it's going to be a place that you're going to be able to afford on your own. So it may well be that you will need tenants. It may well be that you will need as I say, roommates, lodgers, some sort of group for you to be able to get a place. But even then, I wouldn't expect to be in the same property for, you know, years and years and years. It feels, the way these cards have come up, certainly with this lack of security, it feels almost like this is going to be a temporary letting situation, and that will shift. So in answer to your question, there will be a flat in your budget, but maybe not the way that you were hoping, and it may well be that it comes with roommates and people that you need to share with. I hope that helps, Nidhi. I really do. Thank you so much for your question. Recently you celebrated your sister's engagement and she's getting married. Maybe that's where family money is headed rather than sort of coming towards you. You are shifting a place to get a better, more good career opportunities in the acting industry. Oh, sounds good. You want to rent and your father wants you to shift later, not now, as you're under budget. Yeah, so he wants you to move later, not now. Again, that King of Wands could well be father energy, my friend. It really could. It could be something. Listen, if staying with your family is an option, if staying at your mum and dad's, or your dad's at least, if that is still an option, if it can save you some money for longer term, it might not be the worst thing, you know. It might not be the worst thing. Yes, there are going to be limits for you, my friend, but at least that way you might be able to get some money behind you so that your budget isn't quite as tight moving forward. I think if you do move out, you're going to need to get some good friends to be there with, if that makes sense. Share the costs. My tarot is on point. Wow, what can I say, my darling? I have been doing this for many years. This is my 30th year, and I am quite good at what I do, even if I do say so myself. So yes, thank you ever so much. And yeah, thank you. Don't forget, everybody, we do have the channel does have our memberships open. So if you wanted to support the channel and also get yourself in for members only live chat. By the way, because I missed Sunday, I will put up a poll tomorrow as to what day we'll do a catch-up stream. So then I will have that organised. It will go out tomorrow. Let me know in the members only space what day you would like a catch-up. But we do have members only streams. We have the members get some members only emojis. They get bloopers and behind the scenes stuff when that's relevant, and there will be a members only giveaway coming up shortly as well. So if you would like to help support the channel, you can do so by, well, like this.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
Yes, indeed. Thank you to all of our members. Your support is invaluable. And as I always say, don't forget, 10% of anything, once YouTube takes its 30% of any money that comes in, 10% goes to the PDSA, which is a pet animal hospital here in the UK. They've animal charity here in the UK, I should say. They've got various hospitals up and down the country, and then also a further 10% goes to St George's Crypt, which is our local homeless shelter. So we do, as well as then the rest of it goes to cover the costs of the channel. But anyway, right, all of that has been said. Shall we have another round? Do you think it's time for another round? I think it is time for some more tarot reading. So once again, if you would like a reading, it is that time of day. Do go ahead, pop your question into that live chat, starting with the word question. You've got 30 seconds.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Yes, indeed. Ask one of our mods. I can see we've only had one question come in, so that is Belinda Jane Harris. Hello, my darling. Oh, Elise, your question's just popped up just after I announced Belinda. So if we don't get anyone else in, I will do yours next, my darling. We've only got 7 in at the moment. It's a very quiet evening, so it's a very good time, Elise. You may well get yours coming in after this, but I'm going to do Belinda Jane Harris's question here first of all. By the way, first of all, Belinda, hello, my darling. Long time no see. I hope you are doing very, very well. And we haven't seen you on this channel for quite a while. I hope you're doing all right, my darling. Could I pick you some cards to see what the future holds? I most certainly can. So what I'm going to do, as always, is go ahead and cleanse the space using my ding-a-ling. My ding-a-ling, I cleanse the space with my ding-a-ling. Is that's not rude, is it? No, it's fine. Yeah, my ding-a-ling, I cleanse the space with my ding-a-ling. I know, right? Or if you want to, I can cleanse the space with a much bigger ding-a-ling. You know, it's personal preference. And we're bringing Wispy, the elemental air dragon that I work with, right then. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Can we pick some cards, Wispy, for Belinda Jane Harris to see what the future holds? What does the future hold for Belinda Jane Harris? Let's see. Here we go, my darling. Here we go. There we go. So then, let's have a wee little look. Oh dear, Holland. I'm not even on screen, am I? Hang on, here we go. Let's fix that. I know, right? Can't be without my lovely face on screen, can we? What would happen to the world? What would happen to the world? Right then, so we cleanse. No, we don't cleanse. We cut the cards. We do your drop. So then, Belinda, let's have a look. Where you are right now, my darling? Oh, no, I'll tell you what. No, go on. We'll do that one. Where you are right now. Let's see what's going on. The situation for you at the moment. Ooh, the Two of Pentacles. Juggling a couple of balls in the air, so to speak. And a little bit performative. Maybe getting a bit much. Do you know what I mean? Pentacles is work, career, finances. We've got the Empress coming up in what you need to know. Now that's interesting. She is my favourite card. Everybody knows that. And the outcome, the future opportunity, we have the 6. It's upside down. I always read those wrong. We've got the 6 of Swords. So then, my darling, let's have a look. So 2 of Pentacles reversed. Let's have a look. So this is in where you are now. Now, Pentacles is work, career, finances, but it's also effort. So we've got this, we've got the effort involved, the growth that's involved. But we can see here that this person is, I mean, all right, they look like, I ain't being funny, they look like they're having a hell of a night on the dance floor, on one of those light up dance floors. There used to be one in Lincoln that in a bar that I used to go to. I loved it. I felt like I was in Studio 54. It wasn't. It was some manky old dive in Lincoln. But I thought I was the bee's knees. And this was only going back like maybe 15 years. So we're not even talking disco, because I'm not that bloody old. But you know, there were plenty of people look like this in that there disco. Anywho, the 2 of Pentacles, this is about trying to get that infinity energy going. That oh, what's it called? There's a word for it. The machine. Do you know what I mean? The machine that never ends. The perpetual motion machine. There we go. I knew my brain would get there eventually. They're trying to keep these balls juggling, everything moving constantly, to create this infinity loop, to create this energy of everything happening all at once and everything is grand. But this is reversed. Now, the 2s for me are always going to be about people coming together. So they're always going to be about people kind of, couples, partnerships, things like that. But this is reversed. So this is saying that whatever's happening at the moment, Belinda, it's almost like if you're bringing in money, right? Let's go down the money side. If you're bringing in money, someone else is spending it. As quick as you can bring it in, it's going out. Do you know what I mean? And it's almost like you're doing extra hours or extra shifts or something. And the minute you go, oh, I've got an extra £100, I can... oh, here comes another bill that you weren't expecting, and oh, it's £100 more than you. Oh, look, there we go then. So it's like you're constantly running flat out just to stand still. You know what I mean? No matter how can I put it? It's like you're constantly treading water. And the only problem with that is that the tide keeps rising, which means you've got to keep treading water. You're not getting any respite from it, which is an incredibly tough position to be in, because you're expending all of that energy and not getting that you're not reaping those benefits from it. So it feels very much like at the moment, it's like, I don't think you're burnt out. But I think there are times when you are running on fumes, my darling. Does that make sense? Just trying to keep finances and work and all of those things kind of, you as I say, treading water to stay afloat. Now, what you need to know, now this is an interesting card to come up in this position, because we've got the Empress. Now, the Empress is all about abundance and warmth and love and that nurturing energy that the Empress provides. Now, this could be indicating that this money, this working lots of extra hours to get some extra cash, but then that extra cash is going on you being the Empress, you supporting the people around you, family, friends, that you are supporting them somehow. And it could well be that you are, I don't want to say you're pouring from an empty jug, but you're spending a lot of time and energy refilling your jug to make sure that it doesn't get empty. Does that make sense? And it's like, actually, you kind of need to take a break, because you kind of need to look after yourself for a little bit. But the problem is, you are supporting so many people around you. You've got this really positive, nurturing kind of element to it, where you are supporting people, you're caring, you're looking after the people in your life, that what that means is if you stop, if you run out of this limitless infinite energy, because you're a human being and your energy isn't infinite or limitless, then at that point, what happens? Where are those other people around you? What's happening to them? Do you know what I mean? Now, the one thing I would say, if you can't take that, it could well be that this is pointing at perhaps you need some support from an Empress. But the way the cards are falling, I don't think it's that. I think it's that at the moment you are not mothering everybody, but I think you are trying to support a lot of people in ways that perhaps is leaving you a little bit bereft yourself. Excuse me. And then in the future opportunity, we have the Six of Swords. Now this is reversed. Swords is trouble and strife. It's the hurdles, the challenges, the trials, all of those things that come, that we learn lessons from eventually, but only through going through them. Now the thing about this Six of Swords, right, you can see we are taking some of these issues and hurdles and challenges with us, okay? But unlike a lot of Six of Swords, we've actually got more than one person on the boat. We've actually got, there is a couple of people. They look like children, but we're headed towards a brighter future. Even though this is reversed, right? Even though it's reversed, I think it is still saying that you are headed towards a slightly better time. However, that better time is going to come when you learn some possibly really hard lesson, right? And I think again it all comes back to this central Empress card. I think, my darling, that you are almost burning yourself out to a frazzle to help support the people that you care about, whether that be family or close friends. And I think you are absolutely running yourself ragged, trying to be that nurturing, warm, motherly, familiar figure to people, that actually, if you're not careful, you will burn out and you will end up learning the lesson that sometimes you need to take care of yourself before other people. I always say, my darling, listen, there's a reason they tell you on an aeroplane, they do the safety thing, the exits are here, here and here and all of that. They do the, YMCA and all of that they do. And then they say to you, in case of a catastrophic pressure problem or whatever, oxygen masks will fall from the ceiling. Please place your mask around your mouth first and breathe deeply before putting on the mask of the person next to your child or infirm adult or whatever it is, right? A version of that flows better than I just did, right? So that's what they say, because if you don't have that oxygen support for yourself, you are going to pass out while you're trying to put on the mask of the child next to you who is panicking. You need to have your mask on so that somebody is able to breathe and able to, function, to be able to help the person that needs it put their mask on. But you need to make sure that you are taken care of first. Otherwise, you try and put your mask on that person panics, you're running out of air, you're trying even harder, and then, oh, now two of you have passed out because of lack of oxygen. Whereas in fact, you put the mask on first, then you help the other person, then nobody's passed out. Do you know what I mean? And it's that sort of vibe that the cards are giving with this one. It really is saying, look, this lesson is going to be really tough to learn, right? Whether that is that you can't be the Empress to everybody, whether that is that you need to kind of, allow people to find their own answers, whatever it is, my darling, I think this is not yet set in stone, right? You don't have to cross this water. You don't have to cross this taking those issues and taking that negativity with you, right? you need to look after number one first. And I think that lesson is going to be really hard for you to learn. But I think if you can find a way of putting some self-care and paying attention to your needs, if you can find a way of doing that now, you can probably nip this bigger problem from happening. You can nip it in the bud. Hopefully, my darling, that makes some sort of sense. I really hope it does. It feels very much, to be honest with you, it feels very much like you are coming from an absolute place of kindness. It really does. But again, sometimes that place of kindness can be, as much as we try and be kind and supportive to other people, it can be quite damaging to ourselves. So just make sure your oxygen mask is in place. All right, my darling. I hope that helps. And thank you very much for your question. And again, long time no see. But yeah, thank you ever so much for your question, my darling. Right. Let's have a look at who's in the chat. I saw Celine come in. Hello, Celine, my darling. Please tell me you are Miss Dion. And please tell me that you are actually, here to give us all several 100,000 Canadian dollars. I think that's what it would be. Okay, Neil, thank you, my friend. And also good evening to Ellis. Evening all. Evening, governor. I don't know why I said it like that. Actually, yes, I do, because you said evening all, which makes it sound like a Cockney copper from back in the day. You're good, but getting fed up with the damp and cold. Roll on sunshine. Do you know what I said to Rufus today? I said, spring is around the corner. I can feel it. It was bloody freezing, but there wasn't that sharpness to the cold. Do you know what I mean? It's like sometimes the cold is biting. It wasn't quite biting. It was just giving a gentle nip today. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Ellis, you're the same. It's getting on your nerves now. The cold, yeah. Dormouse is cold and tired tonight. Too much wind, rain and grey sky days. You need to see spring. Yep. You love hot weather. You suspect you were a bear in your last life and used to hibernate in the cold. Okay. I can see that. Does that mean you also had to poop in the woods? I think that's what you do, doesn't it? And then Holland's put and I finance is better than ever, but card 2 was spot on. You lost your dad in January. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, darling. Just a year after mum, so it's been hard, and yes, you're guilty of trying to help everyone. Can't help it. It's your Pisces energy. You need to look after number one first, my darling. You need to look after number one first. That 2 of pence, if that isn't about you working extra hours, then it okay. If there was an inheritance, don't squander it on others. That's all I'm going to say, right? The 2s can sometimes, as I say, it's partnerships. The 2s can sometimes relate to, they can relate to a strong familial connection. When it's reversed, it could well be that familial connection has passed. I don't know. But you need to look after yourself, if that makes sense. And No, I don't get Whitney Houston from that. And I will always love you. I much prefer Dolly Parton's version anyway. You can't cope with heat. You love spring and autumn. Me too, my darling. Where we have warm mornings and evenings. It was raw up there in Scotland, I can bet. I can only imagine. The end of summer, start of autumn is your favourite time of year. I like that too. You invested a big chunk as I do have a spender. Ooh, be careful, my darling. For the sake of our love, for the memories. What are you doing, Collins? What are you talking about? What? Baby, think twice. What is going on? Are you just you're just playing pop tunes? When in the UK, you can have breakfast outside and sit late in the evening beside a fireplace with a book. Sheer bliss. I do like that. Yes, I do. I must admit, I am looking forward to. We've got plans this year to sort our garden out, basically. And instead of having, you know, plants to look after, we're going to get it some flagstones put down, and basically we should hopefully, fingers crossed, have a lovely fire pit and all of that stuff. There is a whole jukebox going on, mind you, though. I'll tell you what, while you lot decide to play jukebox jury and all of that sort of all of that oldie timey songs and stuffs, I am going to go ahead and in fact and play. Oh no, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Indeed, ask one of our lovely mods. So then, Elise, your question popped up, and oh, it's happened again. I need to shut my mouth, don't I, for a little bit. Celine, hold on to your question, my darling. I will try my best to get yours coming up very, very soon. And I've got one for Ellis as well. Typical. I don't mean that in a negative way. It's just that as soon as I saw Elise was the only question, I was like, oh, I'll read for Elise. And then I've now got 2 other questions in the chat as well. But anyway, we're a very quiet night tonight, very quiet shift. So we may well have time to do everybody. So then let me just have a wee look. Elise, question, love reading near future. Will I meet someone soon? Huh? I'm confused. I'm sure I read for you. Did I not read for you like a week or 2 ago about a partner or about... I'm sure I did. I'm very confused now. I can certainly look at the cards. I can certainly look at the cards, my darling. So let's see. I'm sure I answered a very similar question, like very recently, but to do with a partner or somebody. Again, you'll have to forgive me, everybody. What happens after I've been reading for so many years, I've trained myself not to remember details of readings unless something really out of the blue turns up. So, you know, if I'm doing somebody a reading and I say, oh, you know, this could be this, that and the other, and they go, oh my God, one example, I once read for somebody and I said, oh, I think there's some like education coming your way. There's some sort of learning. I said it's almost like an open university or something. It's like you're choosing to go. And this woman turned around and accused me of getting information from her mum, who I'd done a reading for beforehand, because she had literally just come from the Open University office, which was literally just round the corner, and had just signed up to do a course she'd been wanting to do for ages. Things like that I will remember. General readings, I opt not to. Otherwise, in my poor Swiss cheesed brain, I would also have 30 years worth of tarot readings in there as well. I can barely deal with what's in my head as is. The connection you had has ended. But I'm sure it was like a week ago, my darling. I'm sure it was like very, very, very... very recent. I tell you what I will do. I will read for you, but my darling, I do think I do think that this will be too soon. But I will ask the cards. Let's just have a little look. See, I think in all honesty, my darling, it's going to be too soon. You have to give, when a connection ends, you have to give yourself and the universe some time in order for things to shift. It's not like, put it this way, if somebody new was to come into your life right now, it would be a rebound. That's all it would be. It would be an emotional rebound, maybe a physical rebound. You know what they say, the only way to get over a man is to get under a new one. You know what I mean? That is what they say, isn't it? Let's have a look. So then, Wispy, is there any love coming for Elise? Is there new love energy for Elise? We've got the Six of Pentacles, this time reversed. Okay. The High Priestess reversed. And we've got the Nine of Wands reversed. Right, okay. Absolutely not. My darling. Right. Absolutely in no way, shape or form is there any romantic energy coming your way yet, because all three cards are reversed. None of these are the cups. And what we've got is, let me look and I'll show you. So the Six of Pentacles, as I said earlier, it's about finances and it's about like sharing. When it comes up in a love reading, it's about growth energy. This is reversed. The sixes for me represent community and a wider group of people. The fact that this is reversed is, it feels very much like this is the universe saying to you that, hang on, my brain just did a brain thing. It feels like this is you having to pull that energy back in. Does that make sense? There's no growth here. There is no expansion of energy happening at the moment, because six is community and wider group. Excuse me, my coffee is repeating on me a little bit. Because six is that community and that wider group, we've got this flow of energy, and at the moment it's not flowing. There is no flow of energy coming with you at the moment, and this is very much a time that you need to work on you rather than a need for any kind of relationship. Because look, in the what you need to know, we've got the High Priestess. Normally, if it was this way up, she'd be talking about getting in touch with your own inner spirituality, following your way, following, going by the book, following the rules, doing things in a concerted effort, blah, blah, blah. She's very reversed here. The High Priestess is very aloof. She's somebody who can be quite cold and quite distant. And in this instant, in what you need to know, it's almost like she's saying you need to put people, you can't see what I'm doing because I've just realized, you need to put people at arm's length. Do you know what I mean? You need to give them some space and give yourself some space, some breathing room, because at the moment the thing about the High Priestess is that she's all about the appearance and following, following the rules, following the scripture, even though it's not being done for effectively a love of the scripture. Do you know what I mean? It's being done for the sake of it. So she's all about having things being done for the look, for the sake of it, rather than because they're coming from a place in the heart. So this is literally, if you were to move on with a relationship right now, of any kind, it would be because you don't want to be alone, and because you don't like the idea of how people view you as being alone, rather than from a place that you actually want to find a partner. Do you know what I mean? It's like you just don't want to be alone, not you want to be with a particular person or this person or that person. Do you know what I mean? It's like you just don't want to be by yourself. And then we go to the 9 of Wands. You've heard me say it 100 times. 9s are full, 10s are overflowing. This is all about confidence and security. This is insecurity, my darling. This is saying the reason that you're asking this question, the reason probably that you were so fixated on the last connection, is because of a sense of insecurity. You don't want to be alone. That insecurity, this is the 9, right? This is, you've heard me say it, my darling. You've been here plenty of times when I've said the 10 is like super arrogant. The 9 is up there. The 9 is at that point where it can be viewed as arrogant if it was this way up, right? So as overly confident, as, you know, the most assured person, think of The Rock or Beyonce, right? The people that have that swagger, that would be this way when it's this way up. When it's reversed, it is the exact opposite. And this is what the cards are saying for you at the moment, my darling. It's like, at the moment, you need to work on you. You need to be comfortable with you, learn to love yourself again, learn to, you know, have your own back, be comfortable in your skin, feel confident. All of that, you need to have all of that confidence so that you are then able to express that. This is not, when you're this insecure, all that's going to happen, my darling, is you are going to come from a place of vulnerability, right? And a place of need. But that's also a place where you can get very easily manipulated, gaslit, abused, and, you know, end up in very, very negative relationships. Do you see what I'm saying? You can be an easy target because you have that level of insecurity. And as I say, I was a bit surprised at the quickness of the question, but looking at the way these cards are falling, my darling, listen, it's okay to be lonely. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to have insecurities. But again, the RuPaul quote is always, how are you going to love someone if you can't love yourself? Can I get an amen up in here? Do you know what I mean? That, my darling, that is all of this, right? You need to focus on you. Get your own confidence, learn to love yourself, learn to like yourself, learn to approve of yourself, put your needs forward, and then you'll be in a better headspace to have a healthier relationship. And I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. And that is going to be your reading for today, my darling. Right, so let me have a look. I believe, who was it that I just saw come in? Crystal Rose. Hello, my darling. Hello, Crystal Rose. I still haven't sent your bloody thing off. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because it is somewhere in this room. Do I know exactly where? No. I know it's in a white box. That's all I know. I will sort it, right? I will sort it, I promise. And I will send you something from the Beyond Authentic collection. I just don't know. I have to get this. I've just behind where the camera is, I've got a massive cupboard, and I need to get into that cupboard, and I need to drag out some bits and pieces to try and find this blooming. It's a small white box, literally. It's like this big, this deep, right? It's. I know, right? I've got yours to send, and I've got Nanette's to send to the States. Can I find it? Can I bugger it? But I will absolutely promise you, my darling, that I will get you. I will include you something from the Witches Road, and from the house of Beyond Authentic. So I hope that helps. Anyway, who did I just see in the chat? Teresa Horton, hello my darling, good evening to you. Everyone's talking about the storms. Is it really bad outside? Is it really bad? Elise, no problem my darling. Listen, I wish you the very, very best of luck. Not everybody is lucky enough to find a husband like I did. In fact, nobody's as lucky as that. I am very surprised that I was as lucky as that, and the fact that it took me 38 years to find somebody is bonkers. But to be honest with you, I would wait another 38 years if it meant being with the person I'm with. I love him so bloody much, and it's worth spending some time alone, learning to love, learning to care, learning to comfort yourself. It's worth doing that work, because then when somebody randomly appears in your life, you will be ready to accept their love and offer a healthy love, and then that person is finding you and meeting you at your best. You are bringing a healthy, happy person to the relationship, and hopefully they are bringing a healthy, happy person to the relationship, and together you've got a healthy, happy relationship. Right, my darlings, let's get some more readings. I tell you what, I've got no idea who was asking questions, and my chat won't go back. So I'm going to open up another round. Okay, I'm sorry I can't go back in the chat, because I'm not actually streaming through YouTube directly. I'm streaming through OBS, and I can't go back that far. So the round is open. Let's go ahead and pop. Hello, Mitch. Let's go ahead. Thank you, Dormouse. What lovely words of your husband. Really? No. Honest. I mean, no. No. I am amazed every single day that he puts up with my shit, put it that way. I really, really am. He's my everything. This is one of those things, isn't it, that people say, and then you go, oh yeah, looking back on it, I didn't know that he was having an affair with my sister's brother's cousin's uncle's nephew's teacher. No. Anyway, the round is open. Go ahead. He's not. We've got no time. Well, at the moment, we're blooming dead, let alone anything. We're not. We are very much alive. But anyway, do go ahead. What the hell am I saying? Do go ahead. You can tell I haven't slept. Do go ahead. Pop your question in the live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those questions will get picked at random. Okay, if you want to guarantee your reading is next, you can of course go ahead and send it in the form of a super chat. Just in case you need it, here's a quick reminder of what I tried to say succinctly, but because I haven't slept, I am all over the show. So you got 30 seconds.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat, starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
Indeed, ask one of our lovely mods. If you don't know who the mods are, you can spot a moderator very simply because they are blue. Not them personally, their names are blue. You're not going to see them. They don't look like a Smurf or what's that? An avatar person. Are they people? I don't know. I can't remember. All I remember about Avatar is their hair has sex. A bit weird. Don't understand that. And don't they do that with the animals as well? Like Tangent. Hang on. No, that's not what I wanted. But okay, we'll just do this one. Tangent time. In the film Avatar, right? They've got their ponytail things, and when two people go, "Hi, we are in love," they go, and their two ponytails join together, right? And that is like a big loving kissy time, right? They also do that with the bird horse things that they fly around in. Am I wrong? Am I misremembering? Isn't that what don't they plug the ponytail in with the animal things as well? It's a bit weird if you ask me, but you know, each to their own. It's a good job it's a made up world, isn't it? Right then, who have we got? Celine. I'm not going to sing Celine Dion songs at you, my darling. I bet you get that all the bloody time. Celine. Hello. I've got it. Question. Lately you've started feeling attracted to Christopher. May you know if he feels the same? Okay, first of all, my darling, because the way that tonight's stream is going, is Christopher a brother, cousin, close family member, or is Christopher also of age? Just so that we know. One of those things would be a positive, and two of those things would be a negative, if that makes sense. So hopefully, yes, he is of age, and no, he isn't a close family member or cousin or anything like that. Anyway, let's have a look. So we're going to the usual. Do you know, this is me with like an hour and a half sleep, and my ADHD brain is just all over the place, right? As you can tell. They do connect to the things they fly on as they fly them telepathically, from what you remember. It's an intense brain connection thing with loved ones. Oh, you work with him. Oh, that's fine then. As long as he's of maritable age, if that makes sense. So then we'll cleanse the space. And we will go ahead and bring in the always lovely Wispy. So then, Celine, let's have a look. I do need some rest, Mitch. I do. I am awake thanks to caffeine and the 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and then slept for an hour and a half, 7 a.m., what's it called? ADHD brain not allowing you to sleep moments. That is why I literally went to sleep for about an hour and a half, woke up, went for a wee, and was then wide awake. So unfortunately, that is where we are today. And I've had a busy day in the office. I know, I like saying that. Makes me sound like a, normal human being who does normal human being things. That's multiple cards. There's like 3 cards there. Wispy, if we have a card flop, then it's more than one, right? It can't be more than one. You know what I'm trying to say. Patricia, you've never seen the film Avatar. That's fine, my darling. Don't worry about it. It's not a particularly good film. It's not a particularly good film, to be honest with you. Right then, let's have a look. Let's see if Christopher feels the same way, and we get a little bit of... And then your ponytails can do weird things in the sky. I think that's how it works. Right. Oh, come on. That one. So then we are going with... I tell you what. I'm just trying to see if we've got a different spread. No, we'll do the where you are. Okay, so Wispy, we're doing the standard where you are, all of the above, right? So where you are. Okay, you've got the 6 of Wands. Community, confidence, that's interesting. What you need to know. The 7 of Wands reversed. And the outcome, the Knight of Swords. Ooh, I wouldn't expand too much energy on Christopher, to be honest with you, my darling. Right, so where you are, let's have a look. So where you are, we've got the Six of Wands. Wands is all about security, strength, confidence, that sense of identity. Okay, so this is your sense of self. Sixes for me are linked into people around you. So is there an attraction because you're around him? Is there an attraction because of the people in the workplace or whatever? Is there actually an attraction, or is it kind of like a situational thing, if that makes sense? You've got this element with the sixes about group settings, right? And I'm not suggesting that in terms of relationships, because not everybody is open to polyamorous relationships. I know I couldn't. Jesus, I barely deal with one person in my bed, let alone many. I want to hog the duvet, me. But anyway, when you've got this situation, right, where you've got this sort of energy with the sixes, it doesn't feel as if there's a personal interconnection between you and Chris. Does that make sense? It doesn't feel as if there's a one-to-one connection. It feels very much like there is a general... what's it called? Congeniality. There you go. That's the word, right? So there's a general congeniality, and there's a general workplace friendship or workplace, maybe even a workplace flirtation from Christopher, but it isn't a one-to-one connection with you, if that makes sense, my darling. In the what you need to know, we've got the Seven of Wands. Sevens are difficult decisions, right? This is a very defensive Seven of Wands. You can see here we've got these wands that are dug in the ground. Now, are these just stood there, or are there people below? Is this person on a hill? Are there people below here somewhere who are holding them and like attacking? Do you know what I mean? Is this an actual one? You can see we've got all of these stars and diamonds. To me, this almost looks like the old Batman cartoon. Kapow, kaposh, kapow, snap, pow, wham, whammo, bang. All of that. So this feels very much like it's a... how can I put it? It feels very defensive, combatively defensive, right? So it feels like this is the decisions here are, let me just put it this way, right? I'm getting confused with myself. It feels, my darling, like you're quite up for the idea, right, of there being some flirting and there being this connection. It feels like you are very much wanting that to be a reality, right? However, because this is reversed and because this is in what you need to know, it's almost like there are some real difficult realities here in some way. So it may be that Christopher could be in a relationship or might not be interested, might just be being friendly because you work in the same building or office or whatever it is, right? There could well be that connection that for Christopher might be a little bit flirty, but for you that's tipped over. Now that can be difficult if there is a if you've caught feelings, right? It can be difficult for you to accept that maybe those feelings it's just a bug that you've caught, for instance, right? Cupid's arrow has hit you, but unfortunately has not what's it called? It's not hit Christopher, right? It's not a double arrow. It's not a boomerang arrow. It's hit you. Christopher is still none the wiser. It could be that he's flirting. It could be that he's sort of, you know, a bit more than friendly. But the way the cards are looking, it feels like this could be a little bit dangerous for you. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your confidence. Don't let your confidence be knocked if he's not into you, right? I think that's what I'm trying to say, right? Just because he might not be like, oh, hi, I want to jump your bones, Celine. Just because he might not be there doesn't mean that you aren't a lovely, attractive, gorgeous, wonderful human being with, you know, the most lovely, wonderful personality and the most gorgeous looks, and you know, you're chiseled from granite, blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? Right? It doesn't mean that you're not all of those lovely, wonderful things. It might just be, you know, he might like really ugly, really fat, revolting, horrible people. He might really like that, right? And then you just go, oh, unfortunately I am young, attractive and intelligent, and you only go for ugly, old and fat and, you know, boils and dripping and all of these things, right? You might have all of that going on. Sorry, you might have none of that going on, but that's what he likes, right? It's just not into you. The reason I'm saying all of that is because the outcome here, we've got the Knight of Swords. Now, knights are teenage, rebellious, act first, think later energy, right? The knights in the deck, they are the ones, if you think about Arthurian legend, the knights are like, oh, look at me, I've got this shining suit of armour and off I go, and all the fair maidens swoon, and oh my lord, I shall swoon at your feet. The knights are the ones who are a bit, you know, a bit sexy. It's the equivalent of a bad boy on a motorbike these days. Do you know what I mean? There's like something a little bit sexy about them. Leather jacket, brum, brum, brum. There's something about that. In the oldie worldy days of knights on horseback, it would be that polished armour on the back of a horse. You'd go, oh, I swoon at your feet, my lord, Sir Knight. The thing is, the Knight of Swords is trouble. He is trouble with a capital T, right? The Knight of Swords brings the energy of not just being, I won't say he's a player, right? I won't say he's a player because I don't think there's that conscious energy put into it. I don't think he's trying to get in your knickers, put it that way. But I do think that he probably doesn't realize what he's doing. Or if he does, it's something from him that is just opportunistic. Does that make sense? There is no cups here. There are no cards of connection. There are no twos. There are no threes looking at that connection growing. There's no pentacles, which can be considered growth. We've got the 6, which is community setting, so friendship based. We've got the 7 and it's reversed. So again, difficult, tough choices. And then we've got the Knight of Swords, a bit of a, not necessarily a playboy, but a bit of a wrong un when it comes down to matters of the heart. Hopefully, my darling, that makes sense, Celine. I know it's probably not the answer that you were looking for, my darling. I know that you were probably hoping that I would say, oh yes, he is besotted with you. He thinks about you from the minute his eyes open to the minute his eyes close at the end of the day. He is swooning for you. I've said a lot of I've very rarely used the word swoon, and I've certainly not used it as much as I have in the last 5 minutes. However, I hope that helps, my darling. And at least, listen, at least if he isn't that into you, at least you know it's because he's into right old ugly munters who, you know, are physically disgusting and revolting and mentally not there at all, and, you know, the worst type of human beings. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And thank you very much for your question. So that is something that we can do, Mitch. Patricia sent me a message regarding super chats. Could the person's name not be noted down, and when Lisa next goes live, Lisa can perhaps begin the reading with the last super chat? That is something that's possible. I have also done in the past catch-up readings. So if super chats have come in after when there's no time, say before the mods have said, oh, no more super chats please, sometimes we have had super chats come in those situations. I can say to somebody that I can read for them and put it up online as a separate individual reading, or we can skip it forward to the next session if that person comes in. So that is possible. It's not something we tend to do, but that is possible. And yeah, I hope that helps. Let me have a look. Not to lose out on the peas. What peas? I don't know what you mean by peas. He's your supplier, Celine. You talk to him every day. If he's a supplier, he's a salesman. Beware that silky smooth tongue. In more ways than one. He used to be very cold with you, and now you feel attracted to him because he became so gentle and nice to you. That's nice. However, is that because you can, say to the boss, hey, why don't you order your paper from Christopher this month, and then Christopher can come back to the office? Do you know what I mean? He gets a nice healthy request for 57 reams of paper, and you get a little flirty moment, and then end up, accidentally 4 whole boxes of paper ended up going into the bin because they got wet. Someone accidentally slipped and spilt a whole bottle of Coca-Cola over them, so unfortunately we have to get Christopher back in to give us some more paper, and it can only be Christopher. Do you know what I mean? Just be careful. I know we do. I've done things like that before, Mitch. Thank you for the request. But yeah, I do. That does make sense. We do that if people want to. If people do send it last minute. No problem, Celine. I hope that helps, my love. Yeah, we hope you find the right guy or girl or person. Celine, your mum used to say there are plenty of fish in the sea, and used to say that, but some of them are sharks. Now you say the same, but there are more fish than sharks. That is very true. Will there be another round? There won't be now, SK, because we are due to finish in exactly 4 minutes. So rather than trying to start a reading, I don't think I have the time. Peas is money. How is peas money? How is peas money? There are people. There are people out there who would flirt with a lamppost if you draw eyebrows on it. Doesn't necessarily mean anything. Do you know what? When I worked in pubs, we were taught to flirt. Well, we were taught to do all the things that you would think are flirting, even though they aren't flirting. They are just customer service. However, we were very careful to only service our customers up to a certain point, if that makes sense. Good evening, Ed. We're just finishing up, Ed, my darling. But thank you for popping in. I'm definitely going to have to. I've moved some of the cables, and I'm definitely going to have to reconnect everything back to the way it was. I do believe that there are plenty of fish in the sea. However, have you seen some of the ugly fish that are out there? The blobfish and that one that's come up from the bottom of the sea, and the horrible big spiky things. Do you know what I mean? There are there are more jellyfish than sharks. Yep. I would say so. Yeah, that is going to be just about it for today. Don't forget, everybody, listen, I will let the members know about this week's extra stream to make up for me missing Sunday. So if you are a member and you want a tarot reading, do keep an eye out. It could well be this Thursday. It's not going to be tomorrow because I am too tired. I will probably just anglerfish. Thank you, Ellis. That's the one, an anglerfish. I am too tired tonight to do a thingy for tomorrow. However, for the members, if you would like a live members only chat maybe on Thursday evening, maybe the same time, 7 till 9 even, could push it an extra hour, then we can certainly do that. And members do get to ask for readings in the members only chats. And if there's only a few members in, then you're just going to get your reading, aren't you? And 9 times out of 10 with the members, I do a little extra reading, so you get like a 7 or 10 card reading. In fact, members, listen, I might have been looking at the Agatha All Along Lillian Caldera spread. It's called the Safe Travel spread. It's a really interesting spread that I want to use a little bit more. So members, if we do end up doing it on Thursday night, I may well be wanting to experiment with you all. I know, right? And do the Safe Passage spread. Safe Passage, not Safe Travels. So yes, I will pop that out in the members only space and let you all pick the day. It will either be Thursday, Friday or Saturday nights. Yeah, I will let you all do that and then we'll just go with what the members want. Don't forget, if you would like to be part of the members and become part of the Crow Collective, you can do so by hitting the join button, wherever that may be, somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think it's where the note is, I believe, to make a super chat. I think it's there somewhere, or in the when you go to put a comment in, it's somewhere around there. So do have a little look for that. And as I say, the members do allow me, in fact, to not just slowly upgrade the equipment here, but also pay for the, for the streaming software that I still have to have while I'm still learning OBS. So I do still have StreamYard just in case. In fact, that's what we were streaming with earlier because I couldn't make OBS work. But anyway, I'm going to go and have dinner. And I think I've got moolie curry that Rufus is making. Sounds absolutely amazing. And I will hopefully see the members on Thursday or Friday. And everybody else, I will hopefully see you on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. UK time. Do me a favour. There is a Witch Casket video going up probably sometime tomorrow evening. Do please, even if you've got your subscription already, do please give it a bit of love. It's very late, which means it's going to get no views at all. But do give it a little love, leave a little comment, give it a like, all of those lovely, lovely things. It really does help. And anyway, I will see you all very soon. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic. And I will see you where? On the next one. Bye-bye.
Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.